Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? So, I don't think I've done a reading for you before, but I like to explain real quick. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. And I'll try to describe the picture the best that I can. They never waste a message. There's always a reason for whatever they show or say. So if it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind and you'll either see it later, remember it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go, oh, I know what he's talking about. So this is not an exact science. We communicate the best way we can. Sometimes you'll have to stretch it outside the box just a little bit. They won't give me all the details. They'll give me just enough so you should understand what they're referring to. It's their show. It's their ball game. And I let them run it the way they want to, within reason. So we're going to talk to Terry today. He's coming in, walking real slow, kind of ambling in. He says, Mom's taking care of me. He's talking about peach pies and apple fritters. Now he says apple dumplings. So apple something, or it could be all of the above. Mom's giving him the comfort food things. Trying to bring him peace. Trying to bring him a different perspective on things that's going to help him heal. And when we leave, when we go up there, we're still learning things. I asked my medium friend one time, I said, well, shouldn't we know how to do all this shit when we get back up there? Because, nope, doesn't work that way. We're still learning. We're still cleansing. I always tell people, what they've shown me is when we leave, they kind of peel us like an onion and they peel all the heavy layers of earth off of us because we don't have that heavy body to hold us down. So they peel all the, I guess you call it ugly, heavy crap that we acquire here. And that's what he's working on right now. And his mom is a big part of it, of peeling some of that off of him. He has like this, he doesn't now, he's got a total sense of peace right now. But it's like there's another little nugget that needs to be peeled off of him. So he's in this, cleansing process. But we all are. We all are here. We all are when we get there. It's nothing special or unusual. But it's like he had this sadness in him, and it was a secret sadness. And I don't even think he knew exactly what it was. It was just this little, I want to say it was little, but it was heavy, and it was there, and it just laid there, and like he tried to ignore it, but it was always there. And when we first started doing this work, I had a whole lot of that from when I was 5 years old. Thought it was gone. So this is the same thing. Thought it was gone until I started doing this work and needed to heal some of my stuff, and it just started coming out. I said, no, that stuff's gone. I got rid of that. No, all I did was stuff it. Stuffed it and thought, I got rid of that. No, I was still holding on to it. So this is So there was something from earlier in his life. I'm not even going to blame it on an occurrence or a person or anything like that. It's just something that was this like rock in his stomach, and he just suppressed it. But it always caused this inner, I don't think he ever acknowledged it. I think maybe that's why he never got rid of it, which, like, I didn't acknowledge mine. So it was just something that always, what's the word I want to use? Help me. I don't want to say it built up a wall around him. He says it kind of kept him to himself. Kind of kept that part to himself, where he never totally opened up to somebody. It's almost like he protected that little nugget, even though I don't think he even realized it was there. And he wants to tell you it had nothing to do with you. Nothing you could have done to fix it. It was just, he says it was just there. See, I don't think he knows why. And he says that it's important for you to know that you had nothing to do with this. It was there way before you came along. Don't think you would have gotten deep enough to find it. I'm not sure what it would take other than, like, when I started doing this work and I found mine. I didn't know they were there either. And he's apologizing because he feels like he never totally let you in to that extremely vulnerable spot. He didn't want to go there. He didn't want to look at it. He didn't want to feel it. He didn't want to, he says, admit to anybody that it was there. Some, I almost want to call it a secret from childhood. So see, so if he had a problem with things while he was here, it's because he didn't realize that was there, and it was kind of doing all of this. I hope that makes sense. And again, he's apologizing. He says, but it's not really his fault. He didn't realize it. And see, right now my gut is hurting. It feels like it was like that knot. And I grew up with that knot, so I know exactly what he's talking about. That knot in your stomach that you can't seem to make go away. I tried medicines, alcohol, didn't do drugs other than legal drugs. It's a sadness. He's trying to explain. I totally understand what he's talking about, so I hope I got enough of it across. He says he loved you from the bottom of his heart, and then he's showing me his heart has like this freaking rock in it, and it took up some of the space. Instead of being able to use his whole heart to love, this rock kind of, there should have been more room if he'd gotten rid of this rock. Or he could have totally done what he wanted to do. But he did not understand it was there. And, I don't know. Like I said, I had it too, so who knows how many people have this rock taking up space that they could actually use for something to open up more. I do love you. Okay, he's shown himself sitting in a recliner. First I thought it was rocking, but now he's kicked back in it with his feet up. It's cloth. It's a brownish color. I don't know if that makes any difference. I can't tell what he's doing. He's like he's moving his hands around, but I can't. Putting something on the table next to him. He said he felt like everything he needed was right there. It was right there on his little table by the chair, in his chair. Got that remote out. Typical male. Yet everything he needed was in one spot. And he says, including you. He says you are hardcore to put up with him. He didn't always make things easy for you. But he loves you deeply for not giving up on him. He's still in the chair, so I'm waiting to see what he's going to do. Do you have a pole lamp anywhere by this recliner? Some kind of a lamp, but it's taller than the chair, it looks like. At least that's the way he's showing it. Okay, so the lamp's kind of wiggling. He's showing a chain on it. Doesn't have to have a chain on it, but this is the way he's going to show it. Sometimes they show me exactly what the things look like, and then sometimes it's just a reference point type thing. Anyway, this light somewhere around his chair, this lamp type light, and he's got it's moving because the pull chain on it is moving. The chain is moving, so that must be. It could either be the lamp moving a little bit, or it could actually just be the chain moving. So, okay. So watch for this light, this lamp, whatever is around that chair, to maybe flicker, maybe move. If it has some kind of a shade on it, it might get cockeyed every so often. It could actually fall over. Usually they don't. I ask my people not to do anything scary. Like some kind of tapping over around that area. He's very, very, very strong in that area. Okay, he's using the line that my friend uses to his wife. And he's not calling you this name because he's got a big smile on his face and he's laughing when he says, get in the kitchen, bitch. I'm hungry. But he's laughing about it. He is not calling you that name. He's just joking. He says you took good care of him. So he says, I had to get him off the chair so we could move on to something else. Dad's around, but it's like Mama's right there mothering him, helping him finish the cleansing process. making him comfy, at peace. That's her job right now. Dad is step back further. He's there, but his job is not front and foremost, if that makes any sense. There is a little boy with Dad, but he's back there too. They're making themselves known, but they're not stepping forward. I'm starting to mutter again. Anyway, okay. There's something of his, and it's small, that you hold on to a lot when you think of him. Like you hold on to it, like on your bad days, or when you're trying to, or when you're really, really thinking about him. So I can't tell if it's a piece of jewelry or what it is, or maybe something that you had made after he passed for him, in memory of him. But he knows that you just hold on to that sometimes and just try to get your shit together, if you want to say it that way, when you're having a bad moment, when you're missing him. He says, he's saying you're past the angry stage. The damn you, why did you leave stage? But you still have those days and you hold on to whatever that is. And have your moments of tears. He's proud of you. He's very proud of you. He's proud of how you've stepped up. But he said you had to step up a lot of times even when he was here. When he didn't step up and do the things that he needed to, and you had to do it. That you carried a lot on your back when he was here. A lot on your shoulders. He says, I love you for that. I took you for granted. You were my wish fulfillment. Again, he says, tell her I love her. So I promise you 1,000%, he can hear you, he can see you. Talk to him all you want to. He says, I have big shoulders now, I can take it. And he's shown he's doing a lot of reflecting, and that's part of his healing. Looking back on all the things that he should have done, or should have done in a different way, or should have stepped up and helped more. He said he took the easy way out. And these are his regretful feelings, that the part of his being cleansed. They usually don't show me this much as somebody being cleansed. But anyway, the regretful things that he wish he'd done more. And he's like outside, showing outside. So I don't know if there's things around the house, around the yard. Just even, he's even showing like carrying in the groceries, things that he should have done more of. So anything that happens to me during a reading is meant for you. And it's like, this is my left side, and it's like this whole side here kind of almost felt like my scalp was moving or crawling, or, and I'm not talking about like if a bug was crawling across it or something. I'm talking about like it felt like the skin was kind of moving, but not really being touched. It was like it was just moving. So watch for that feeling. Or you could be getting intense headaches. Usually they show me the exact spot. It may not be. It could be the other side. So I know that sounds wishy-washy, but this is my left side, so I always make sure you know which. And it was like the whole area was just kind of, the scalp was like moving back and forth. So you could be getting intense headaches there, or you're going to feel this something, but it's like where my whole hand is. It's not like one little spot. Anyway, so I sat there and felt it for a minute. I thought, whoa, what is that? That'll be a sign from him. So whenever he sends you a sign, validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more if you want more. It's totally up to you. He said Mom's going to send you the smell of fresh peach pie coming out of the oven. And you can be in your car, you can be in the store, you can be in your house. Doesn't matter where you are, you get that whiff. It doesn't count if you're walking through a bakery, but you get that whiff of what smells like fresh peach pie coming out of the oven. Know that that's a sign from her. Just popping in to say hi. I love you. She says, I've got him. He's okay. He's safe. He's warm. He's finding his peace, which is what we all want. And then when he gets done finding that, and I don't think it'll be much longer. Usually, it's not like they snap their fingers. Usually, I mean they can, but and it's we're all just perfect once we get up there. No, it doesn't work that way. He's going to help you with your peace. And I feel like he already is. She says she's helping, but it's going to be even better once he finally gets rid. And getting rid of the regrets is part of his cleansing. So he'll be helping and asking to. Ask. And then you have to allow for whatever they bring down, put in your path, doors they open. You can ask for 100 years for a certain thing, but if you don't allow it and don't take those steps when they bring the things in front of you, it'll never happen. Nope, I just got a lecture. I get a lot of lectures in these readings. I know. I know what you're talking about. A lot of my readings lately have involved the things that are going on in our country right now. And he's saying you need to shut the front door and don't get your energy too invested in what's going on right now because it's all going to change. He says in a good way, but he's not saying which way is the good way. So he says, don't get too upset by what's going on. Shut the front door. And he doesn't mean hide from it or anything, just don't get too invested in it. And sit back like an observer and watch it unfold. God is always in control. That's what he said. Despite what people think, God is always in control. He's talking about a little brown rug. R-U-G. No clue what he's talking about. He just said little brown rug. Now, I could have misunderstood the word rug, but I don't think I misunderstood little and brown. He's not showing me which one. There's a door in your house. It could be a closet door. It could be like the bathroom door. It could be the back door. I'm not sure. He just says a door. Could be just a cabinet door. I don't know. He just says a door in your house keeps opening. So there's some door that you shut it, and the next time you walk by it, and it could be just open just like a little crack, or it could be open all the way. So again, validating, acknowledging, tell him you love him when that happens. Let him know that you know that's a sign from him. He's going to be very quiet about the signs that he brings. He's got a very quiet, calm, almost totally peaceful demeanor. Definitely not excited, not head scrambled, not anything. It's calm, peaceful, smooth, loving. I cherish you. Wish I could have. Say it again. Wish I could have done it different. Right? Okay. Wish I could have done it different. He's talking about his life with you. Wish I could have. He said could have. He didn't say should have. Wish I could have done it different. Well, he could have, because we all have the free will choice. We all make the choices that make our life. I wish I could have done it different. So I'm not sure what he means by that. Whether he didn't feel like he could do anything different. And he's talking about between you and him, how he could have done things better with you. He said I would have focused more on that, making things better between the two of you, mostly for you. He says, so please forgive me for being a butt sometimes. Or for being closed off. That was not my intention. I love you. And with that, he's going back to the kitchen where Mom's getting something out of the oven. And, you know, even if she wasn't the best cook in the world, that totally does not matter. They're showing that she's taking care of him now and bringing this peace to him. Dad's there, the little boy, somebody else. There's somebody else there. It's a female, but I can't see who it is. I feel more like she's an older female, so I'm just going to say it could be an aunt or something, but I can't see her enough, and I can't feel her energy enough to tell. But I would say she's more associated with his mom and dad. but making the presence known right now. And with that, he's leaving. And as he's leaving, I hear him say, I love you. I love all of you. And he's saying this was an amazing experience. So evidently he hasn't come through somebody else maybe before. He says, healing, healing, I'm healing. Okay. Much love to you, my dear. Thank you for being patient. He's very, very comfy, very sweet. I love to see people heal. Love to see people heal. Okay, Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Thank you for allowing me to be his voice.